God KUBERA, the Hindu god of wealth, prosperity, and treasures. God KUBERA. 1. Introduction to KUBERA. Who is KUBERA? Importance in Hindu mythology. KUBERA's domain, wealth, treasures, and direction north. 2. Origins and mythology. Birth and lineage, association with Lord Brahma and Vishravas. Sibling relations Ravana, Vibhishana, Kumbhakarna. The story of Lanka and his displacement by Ravana. Establishment of Alakapuri. 3. KUBERA in sacred texts. KUBERA in the Vedas and Puranas. Stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Role as Lokapala, guardian of directions. Association with Lord Shiva. 4. KUBERA's role and symbolism. Symbolism of wealth in Hinduism. KUBERA's iconography. Pot-belly, jewels, mongoose. Representation in art and sculpture. 5. Worship and rituals. How KUBERA is worshipped. Puja rituals, mantras, and offerings. KUBERA Lakshmi connection during Diwali and Dhanteras. 6. KUBERA in other religions and cultures. KUBERA in Buddhism as Vaisravana. Jainism references. Influence in Southeast Asia and beyond. 7. Temples and pilgrimage sites. Famous temples dedicated to KUBERA. Places associated with KUBERA worship. Architecture and design elements linked to wealth. 8. Modern significance and legacy. KUBERA in contemporary Hindu practices. Influence in financial and spiritual practices today. Relevance in business and entrepreneurship. 1. Introduction to KUBERA, and proceeding through each major aspect of his character, mythology, and influence. Each part is summarized here in depth, with content that builds up to the full 10,000-word version. 1. Introduction to KUBERA. God KUBERA, also known as KUBER or KUBERA, is revered in Hindu mythology as the Lord of Wealth, Treasurer of the Gods, and the Guardian of the North Direction, Dikpala of the North. He is one of the most significant deities associated with prosperity, abundance, and material success. KUBERA is not just a symbol of wealth but also of the proper distribution and guardianship of it. He governs all forms of riches, gold, gems, precious metals, and all hidden treasures beneath the earth. He is often worshipped by people seeking financial stability, success in business, or good fortune. In Hindu cosmology, KUBERA resides in the magnificent city of Alakapuri, located in the Himalayas near Mount Kailash. He shares a close connection with Lord Shiva, whose abode, Kailash, is nearby. KUBERA is considered a demigod and has a high status among celestial beings. His role as the treasurer of heaven, Swarga, puts him at the center of divine economics, so to speak. His appearance is unique. He is often depicted as a dwarf, with a big belly, symbolizing abundance, adorned with lavish ornaments and carrying a money pot or a mongoose which spits jewels. These features symbolize the boundless prosperity that he controls and shares. KUBERA is an important deity during Diwali, especially on Dhanteras, when people worship him along with Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. Together, they represent a balanced approach to wealth, KUBERA as the guardian and Lakshmi as the bestower. 2. Origins and mythology. KUBERA's origins are complex and fascinating. He is often described as the son of sage Vishravas and the brother of Ravana, the infamous demon king of Lanka. This makes KUBERA a Rakshasa by birth, but he chose the path of righteousness and ascended to divine status. KUBERA was initially the original ruler of Lanka, the golden city said to be built by the divine architect Vishwakarma. However, his half-brother Ravana, through penance and power, defeated KUBERA and took over Lanka. After his defeat, KUBERA was given a new kingdom, Alakapuri, which lies in the icy Himalayas. Mythology says KUBERA obtained his position and divine wealth by performing intense austerities and pleasing Lord Shiva and Brahma. As a result, he was made the king of Yakshas, celestial beings who guard treasures, and was entrusted with overseeing the riches of the gods. Stories tell us how he rides a pushpaka vimana, a flying chariot later stolen by Ravana and used in the Ramayana. KUBERA is also described as having a court of dancing nymphs, music, and endless luxuries in Alakapuri, yet he is humble and benevolent. Despite his Rakshasa origins, KUBERA is not considered a demon. He is a spiritual figure who overcame his darker inheritance and serves as a symbol of ethical prosperity. 3. KUBERA in sacred texts. KUBERA appears in numerous sacred Hindu texts, such as the Vedas, Puranas, Ramayana, and Mahabharata. He is referred to in the Rigveda, where he is seen as a deity of wealth. In later Puranas, such as the Shiva Purana and Vishnu Purana, his role becomes more developed. In the Ramayana, KUBERA is mentioned as the original owner of the Pushpaka Vimana, which is taken by Ravana. The epic also describes his palatial city and his presence among the gods. He is described as benevolent and just, often blessing sages and gods with wealth and treasures. In the Mahabharata, KUBERA is visited by Arjuna during his journey to collect divine weapons. KUBERA welcomes Arjuna warmly and blesses him. KUBERA is also one of the Lokapalas, the guardians of the four cardinal directions. He guards the north. He is often invoked in Vastu Shastra and Hindu temple architecture for positioning wealth-related rooms or shrines. 4. KUBERA's role and symbolism. KUBERA is not just a deity of material riches but also symbolic wealth, wealth of character, responsibility, and generosity. He represents the rightful use of wealth, not hoarding. Unlike Lakshmi, who grants wealth, KUBERA manages and guards it. KUBERA's iconography reflects his role. Dwarf body with a large belly, abundance and fulfillment. Crown and jewels, royal status among gods. Mongoose Nakula, a destroyer of serpents, symbol of greed, it emits jewels, reflecting generosity. Money bag or pot, treasure management. Fat and smiling, prosperity with contentment. KUBERA is also symbolic of stability. His presence in the northern direction in homes and temples is believed to bring stability in finances and career. In a spiritual sense, KUBERA teaches the discipline of wealth, not just its accumulation, but its proper channeling and guarding. 5. Worship and rituals. KUBERA worship is popular, especially in South India and during Diwali, specifically on Dhanteras and Lakshmi Puja. While Lakshmi is worshipped for acquiring wealth, KUBERA is worshipped to protect and preserve it. Common worship practices. KUBERA Yantra, a sacred geometric symbol used in homes and lockers. Mantras, such as, Om Yaksha Rajaya Vidmahe, Alakapuri Vasaya Dhimahi, Tano KUBERA Prakadayat. Offerings, sweets, fruits, rice, and money. KUBERA Puja, performed with a metal pot filled with coins and covered with a coconut and mango leaves. KUBERA is also invoked in Vastu Shastra when designing homes, especially to decide where to store wealth or build safes. 6. KUBERA in other religions and cultures. KUBERA's influence isn't limited to Hinduism. He is also prominent in Buddhism, where he is known as Vaisravana or Jambala. Jainism, where he is acknowledged as a guardian deity. Tibetan Buddhism, where he is a guardian of the north and one of the 8 Dharmapalas. In Buddhist temples, Vaisravana is depicted with a mongoose spitting jewels, a crown, and armor. He guards monasteries and is invoked for protection and abundance. In Southeast Asia, Thailand, Cambodia, Indonesia, KUBERA appears in temple art and literature. In Japan, he is called Bishamontan, a god of fortune and warriors. KUBERA's cross-cultural appeal lies in his universal role as protector of wealth, transcending religions and geographies. 7. Temples and pilgrimage sites. KUBERA has temples dedicated to him across India, though often as a subsidiary deity alongside Lakshmi or Shiva. Major sites. KUBERA Temple, Thirukandir, Tamil Nadu. Sri Lakshmi KUBERA Temple, Bangalore. Tirupati Balaji Temple, Andhra Pradesh. KUBERA is said to have lent money to Lord Venkateswara for his marriage to Padmavati. Devotees repay this symbolic loan. Architectural symbols. Wealth chambers are placed in the northern direction of temples, aligned with KUBERA. KUBERA Kolam, sacred diagram, is drawn on floors for inviting wealth. These temples attract businessmen, traders, and spiritual seekers looking to balance material and spiritual wealth. 8. Modern significance and legacy. KUBERA's relevance in the modern world is profound. In a time driven by material ambition, KUBERA offers a spiritual framework for wealth. Ethical accumulation, wise management, spiritual discipline. Business people, shop owners, and entrepreneurs often keep KUBERA idols or yantras in their cash drawers or lockers. Vastu experts advise building homes according to directions governed by KUBERA to ensure prosperity. In digital culture, KUBERA's name appears in apps, businesses, and platforms related to finance and investment, symbolizing